Welcome to Blood in My Coffee.
Episode number 7.
Man,
Oh, we already got
done.
Robbie. We already got Robbie in the
Hi,
building.
Robbie. Where you at? Where you at?
He was waiting on us.
There you go. What's going on, man?
How you doing, bro?
Good. Just got the little guy. He's running wild. Just ate some pizza, Little Caesars.
Yeah.
So
You and him?
cool.
Yeah, he had some Little Caesars.
Yeah, man. He ate a good slice, man. I was proud.
What's his preferred topping?
It's pepperoni, man.
Pepperoni.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into the sausage though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man.
Man. Boring weekend, bro.
Yeah. I would literally.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I saw like maybe 2 minutes of each fight, and then I tried looking up the highlights.
Yeah.
And I think the 2 minutes I watched were more than the highlights, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Not much going on in terms of the fight world. I wasn't really. I was trying to hype myself up this past week. Just trying to fuck it. We got something on. There's some sort of entertainment on TV. But it just didn't cut it for me, man. Me personally, I actually fell asleep. Like I actually legitimately fell asleep. During
it was boring.
Lesnar and not Lesnar. I'm talking about that guy.
Lawler?
What's his name? Robbie Lawler and the other Neil Magny.
Yep.
Yeah. I heard Robbie Lawler before, so I was kind of excited to
Lawler the Brawler.
I'd never seen him with my own eyes, so I was kind of excited to catch him, live, and I legit I couldn't even make it, to the opening bell. I was just so.
It was sad, man.
I went on a 10-mile run, man. So like my body was just, crashing. Yeah, man. I mean, and then I even woke up. I woke up just in time for the main event, and I just, I'm like, who are these dudes? Literally, like, who are these? I'm like, I'm going back to bed. So.
Yeah, I mean the only reason I thought Lawler and Smith would be a good round of fights is because Lawler at one point in time was very dangerous. He's definitely slowed down, and pretty much the same for Anthony Smith. I do have a lot of respect for Anthony Smith though, because he easily could have gotten the light heavyweight title when he fought Jones. For those that saw the fight, they remember that he was on the ground and Jones threw an illegal knee and hit him with it. And if he was unfit to continue, he could have easily gotten the belt and DQ'd Jones, making Jones, second time he lost. But yeah, man, I mean, it was pretty boring. Next week we've got Thiago Santos fight, and that should be a decent fight, hopefully.
He's at light heavyweight too, right?
Yeah, so he's the one. It's really kind of weird seeing these guys fight, because these guys, the last 3 fights Jones had, 2 of them are fighting back-to-back weekends. But Santos was the guy that, stood toe-to-toe with Jones, and they had a pretty good kicking exchange, and Santos broke. Can't remember, it was 80% of his bones in his legs.
Yeah, he
and was still fighting. So yeah. I know he was on a layoff for quite some time trying to rebuild his stuff back.
The one good fight I did see on the UFC card was this Ricardo Lamas and this other dude. Forget
Prelim?
Was that his name?
No, I was asking, was it Prelim?
Oh, I thought you said his name was Guilin. Yeah, no, it was some sort of prelim fight. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of turned it on. It was 8:00. And this guy, Ricardo Lamas, is from Chicago, actually. So I was like, okay, let me sit down and watch this fight.
See, related to the...
Yeah, I was just all right, let me actually sit down.
He's not related to the boxing coach, right?
No, he has a whole different... He has a whole different...
what am I tripping? He's UFC. I'm tripping.
Yeah, this is yeah. I mean, he owns a UFC gym somewhere else, and not even in the city. But I was like, all right, let me watch it. And actually, entertaining scrap. I enjoyed it. He's 38 years old or something like that. So So I was thinking that that was, that it was probably going to be a good night because of the way that was, but it is what it is, man. In terms of the other fights, I really did enjoy watching that kid Elvis Rodriguez.
Yeah, man, the little
Um,
strumming at the end, man. What was
yeah,
that? That was
you like that?
explosive, man. I loved it.
Yeah, yeah,
It wasn't cocky even, it was just, you could tell he really enjoyed that win.
yeah. I mean,
which is nice.
well, I don't know enough about him, to say he's cocky or but he certainly is feeling himself.
Definitely.
He said something along. He recently said something along the lines of like, it's not my fault that my opponents, don't last. He's ready to go 12 rounds if he has to.
Sure.
And you can see, he trains with Freddie Roach, the trainer of Manny Pacquiao.
What's his weight class?
They said that this fight was at a catch weight at a 144. So
Okay.
I don't know why it was catch weight, but this guy that he was in there with had never been dropped. He'd never been stopped. So certainly a different kind of opponent to put him in there
Sure.
with. He's I think he's got like 9 fights at this point. So one of them being a draw. So he has 10, and then the other ones are KOs. So he's on a 1-for-1 KOs. He's on a KO streak, man. I'm really looking forward to watching this kid. I guess he's been in the ring like pretty frequently. So we can expect to see him probably in the ring maybe one more time before the end of the year, hopefully.
Sure.
Or maybe even twice. Who knows? How he's feeling. He didn't take any punishment in that fight, so
right.
So
yeah, it
yeah,
looked
man.
like he was still pretty fresh. Could go for another 10 rounds.
I was gonna show the highlight here because it's just so clean.
Speaking of boxing, apparently Stipe's talking about it.
Really?
Yeah. He really does not want to fight Nagano, man. He said it pretty well. He said, he's already put on a clinic against him for 25 minutes. So,
wow.
And I don't see Jones sidestepping Nagano for the title shot. So maybe Stipe takes up a 2-0. I see that going. That actually could work perfectly, where Stipe vacates the belt, goes and fights a boxing match, and then Jones and Nagano fight for the belt.
Yeah.
In the meantime, winner of that faces Stipe when he comes back. But that's a pretty tall order. But I want to see Nagano fight again, man. It's been a little bit, and Stipe is not going to fight until at the earliest spring of 2021. So. You gotta keep these guys fed in the meantime.
So you think he's done until?
Oh yeah, he's pretty much cemented that. He's not fighting again this year for sure.
Yeah.
So,
the only thing I could see Stipe, I could see him being successful in the boxing ring. To be honest, I think he's incredibly fit. I think he's
quick.
He's got good boxing skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got good boxing skills. I just don't think he can really crack like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he can crack, but with with some bigger gloves on, with some bigger guys, like maybe, so those guys can really fucking crack. So it would be interesting. I think he could do well. I'd need to see him in there with a good opponent. Maybe Otto. I'd like that
Otto
fight.
Wallin.
I'd like that fight.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, and Otto's, he's on ESPN, so maybe that could,
right.
Maybe they can make that happen.
That is a good point. That could be a good matchup, man. Apparently O'Malley is determined to fight again this year. So we'll see how that plays out.
Seeing a lot of people talk shit about that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big supporter, and I completely lost any source of thread to respect I had for him, man. I mean, the way he handled that loss, he was not humbled, and that's dangerous.
When a guy is and don't get me wrong, I smoke weed. I like smoking weed, but like, if you're supposed to be a top level athlete, and not that I think that you can't smoke weed, but dude was also just like, I don't know, like he didn't seem like he was really invested even in himself. You know, he's like streaming games on Twitch and you know he's all, you know, and he's a young guy. He's a young guy who says you can't branch out and
Yeah.
have hobbies and do other things, man.
Sure.
But I think if you were really invested, and if you were really talented, and you really knew you were talented, you wouldn't be messing around with stuff like that. Like, you would really just be in the gym, and you'd be focused, man. I feel like not that he wasn't focused, but I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe I don't know. I don't know enough about him. That's the kind of vibe. That's the kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I get.
No, I get it. You know, I mean, he comes off as the cocky. He doesn't really, you know, care about the.
He's definitely cocky. He's definitely a little cocky.
The issue is, though, how much is that on him versus, and I think a significant portion of it is on him. I'll kind of answer the question, but the problem is, though, when you've got Stephen A. Smith comparing you to Lamar Jackson on your pay-per-view co-main event debut, and you've got Stephen A. Smith comparing you to a Lamar Jackson, you know, a phenomenal quarterback that's already proven himself, and you're a number 15 ranked bantamweight coming
That's
in.
Disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
100%.
100%.
So, and that's the thing I was saying is, like, these guys, man, hyped him up. I mean, just tremendously.
Yeah, and I mean, it's up to you to buy your own hype. You know, like if you're gonna buy your own hype, then you're probably gonna eat that later. You're not gonna.
I remember watching it live, man, and the amount of promotion this kid had.
Yeah,
showing his highlights and all these analysts talking about him. It's like,
that's why you can't be fooled, man, because the UFC does a great job at promoting.
Oh,
they do a great job.
They do.
You got to know what you're looking at with their own eyes, you know.
Definitely.
I haven't seen him fight enough though, so I mean, like,
I've only caught a couple clips. You know, I wish I would have gotten in Contender Series a little bit earlier. I probably would have caught his debut in Contender Series.
I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna tune in this next Tuesday for the Contender Series.
Yeah, because, I didn't tune in. I know 4 fighters got contracts this week. I didn't tune in, unfortunately, but you know, it's one of those things that it's not necessarily something you've got to watch every single fight. Yeah, it's a lot. You know, you got Saturday night, it's already packed full, and then you got Tuesday. You know, it's 5 fighters, so it's a whole lot, but it is the future for UFC talent coming in. I mean, Dana's already pretty much said that they're going to start cutting ties with these long, bloated, heavy, you know, or not heavyweight, but long, bloated UFC fighters that have been in the game for so long that have hardly fought anything on their resume. That's taken up cap space, you know, for these other young, hungry fighters. And I think it's important, man, because we're now reaching the golden age of the UFC, but with last 5 years ago, I mean, you had guys that had been fighting for years, man, that were never going to be in contention for a title shot, you know? And it's like, up until a point, yeah, you want to keep them on for views and everything, but, like, it's also like, all right, man, like, what? This guy's never going to amount to anything. He's just wasting time. You got more talent on Bellator or, you know, ONE FC or Invicta, all those other ones, you know? So you got to start bringing in the fresh talent because the game's different, man.
Well,
the game's different.
Well, and that being said, I mean, look at a guy like Jorge. You know, he's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
And he didn't, and everybody knows Jorge, and or George or whatever you want to call him. Everybody knows. Yeah, and he didn't blow up until just last year. It was just last year that you know his entire life changed. So it's hard to say, man. But that guy is also a beast, and I also worry about him though too, because you know he is at the latter part of his career, and I don't know if he's really got that like.
Talking about Masvidal.
Yeah, I don't really know if he's got that like game bred that really got that game bred attitude like he says he has anymore, because he's made some money and you know. He's living his life. He's got beautiful women around him. He's on boats, partying.
Yeah, I mean, I think
you know,
it's
mezcal.
all,
he's drinking all this. You know.
Yeah, I think it's all a ploy, though. I mean, this guy legitimately came from nothing. You know, guy came from backyard wrestling or backyard fighting. You know, so when you're coming from that, I mean, he did get on the hype train, but he's handled it so well. He was very respectful about Usman when he lost to him. He's just that badass, that can back up what he's talking about. But not even in a cocky. I mean, he's cocky in the way that he's going to sell the fights. That's part of their responsibility to the promotion. But he's not in a way where he's overstepping his boundaries, and that's the important distinction, because Masvidal, at least for the most part, I know when I'm going to watch Masvidal fight, it's going to be an entertaining fight. Usman wasn't as entertaining, but he got grappled. Usman used his skill set against him.
It takes two. It takes two to tango.
Right.
I didn't know anything about Usman going into that fight, and that's why my prediction was that he was gonna get the knockout. I just saw a ripped dude. I saw somebody who was ripped, who looked bigger.
Yeah.
Who looked seemed to have like amazing cardio, and obviously Masvidal lost 20 pounds in a week or something like that.
Ridiculous. It was 26 pounds.
Yeah. So that was. I mean, I already kind of knew that Usman was gonna win, and I didn't know how, in what fashion, but yeah, man. I mean, anyway, I brought up Masvidal just to say that just because they get to a certain age, it's hard to say sometimes. You got to watch. You got to watch with your own eyes. You can't just let other people tell you, what's going on, because a lot of people don't know shit. A lot of people don't know shit, bro. And if you let the UFC tell you, then they'll let you not know shit either, and they'll let you just keep buying their pay-per-views and stuff. So
I do think at the heart of it, at least it's gotten better, is Dana's gotten really, really good at letting fighters either retire and do it on their own recognizance, or them just having to find a new promotion. Perfect example is Anderson Silva. Dude had 2 contracts left on his fight. Silva's one of those guys. He loves the sport. He absolutely devotes it. Loves the sport. But Dana talked him out of doing the 2-fight contract, just making his final fight against Uriah Hall. I think it's on Halloween.
Buddy, what about Ferguson?
What about Ferguson, man?
Buddy, he got pummeled.
He did get pummeled, but he was still on it, man. He was, right? Man. He's got a chin, man.
He was kind of in it, but I felt like when he fought Gaethje, right? He fought. I think it was it Gaethje? It was
it was Gaethje. Because Habib couldn't fight.
Yeah, so he fought Gaethje, and I thought that they got to a certain point where I was like, man, this guy's face is just getting rearranged.
Like, it was bad. No, it was definitely a dominant performance.
And that's happened. Like, and I haven't seen enough Ferguson fights, but like just from watching that one fight, I know that's happened at least 3, 4, or 5 other times.
I mean, he's gotten in exchanges for sure.
Yeah.
But the thing with him though, man, is it's scary how he's able to recover. I don't know if you saw there was photos circulating right after that fight, and like within a week, already back to training, already back to the gym. His face is pretty much cleared up. A lot of those cuts and everything are superficial. So, especially with how the gloves are, they're so thin, and leaving the eye or the fingers out and everything, you're gonna get scraped. But very rarely, unless it's really bad, face cuts. And I mean, Ferguson's face was effed up, but a lot of it was superficial. A lot of it was just swelling and blood. Now, when you start talking about like hematomas, like what was her name? Frankenstein. What was her name? I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Dude, there was some girl.
Was it Shevchenko?
I don't know. There was some girl who fought like Zhiliang Wei or something like that. Some Chinese fighter that's coming up in the rankings, and this girl just had this huge hematoma on her head, man.
That might be the same one I'm thinking of, but
she looked like she was like looking up at herself on the animatronic,
it was
the
bad.
Screentron or whatever.
It was like her forehead quadrupled in size. It was pretty rough. So I mean, it's stuff like that you gotta. But like I was saying, the whole thing I brought with Anderson Silva is Dana does a really good job of, he cares about the fighters. I mean, he pays homage to the fighters that fought, 10, 15 years ago. Bas Rutten, you know, Chuck Liddell, all those guys that fought. He's like he was sickened when Chuck Liddell and Ortiz fought for the
Yeah, that was on I
that
think Oscar De
boxing.
La Hoya. Yeah, Oscar De
Yeah,
La Hoya promoted that event.
and Liddell got terrorized. But yeah, he was pissed. I mean, he already doesn't have a good relationship with De La Hoya as it is, but he was pissed off because it was two fighters that are fighting well past their prime.
Did you
Guys
see
that have
what he
been
said about De La Hoya?
that said something about crackhead and
Bro,
something
sorry.
something, right?
My computer keeps thinking I'm like, when you say like "Hey Siri" on your,
Oh, it's super stupid, man.
so annoying, man. Anyway, so he said something. Yeah, he De La Hoya is supposedly coming back to boxing.
The
Supposedly.
jab video.
Well, yeah, he was bouncing, bro.
Yeah, who
But
wasn't he
what's his
talking
name?
about fighting someone?
Yeah, well, he's mentioned names in the past. Like he said, like he actually mentioned Charlo a few times. But I think a lot of it is just that like Canelo probably is probably gonna leave him at some point, and he needs some money. But I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't
Well,
know their business, negotiation.
how because I know how UFC is with the whole retirement thing, and it's pretty shitty. But how is boxing with it? If De La Hoya comes
Retirement.
back today, is he immediately up for a title shot, or does he have to go back to the ratings?
No. The thing. Oh
So
yeah.
it's not as it's not as
Robbie
business
says looking
savvy
good,
as.
buddy.
Thanks, buddy. It's not as it's more ranking as far as technicalities versus just what's going to bring in the big draw. Because I mean, De La Hoya is so respected.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it would have to be the right, like, it wouldn't make sense. Like it would look silly. It would look it would kind of almost just make a mockery of the title if you give
definitely
Oscar the opportunity to come back after getting retired by Manny Pacquiao, like 15 some years ago. I don't know. It was a minute ago.
It was like 2005, I think.
Yeah, it was around then.
Yeah,
you got retired
sure.
by Pacquiao. I mean, and you come back and you get a title shot like immediately on your first fight. Yeah, it wouldn't exactly work. But
UFC's criminal with that. That's why I was asking, because
really?
UFC. Oh yeah, man. I mean, GSP, if he comes back, he's gonna get a title shot. Now in his case, it's different because he retired as a champion, so that's a little bit different. But you've got. It's a lot more, McGregor comes back. He's going to get, if not a title shot, a very high prospect fight, I would think.
Yeah, but he's also the type to like not want that because he just doesn't want to lose.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between Oscar and McGregor. Was Oscar fought everybody. He fought, even if he was going to lose, he fought him.
Sure.
And so, I mean, it wasn't about money. He made a lot of money. But McGregor, if he were to come back, he would. I mean, he's gonna pick up a lighter touch. Like, can you? Right. I don't imagine. I mean, unless he gets a mega fight. Like, he needs a mega fight. If
Super
not,
fight.
he's gonna get unless if he's not a mega fight, it's gonna be a light touch.
Robbie, are you saying that to Alex or me?
He's saying it to me. He wants me to get a fucking haircut.
You do kind of need one, buddy. It's getting long back there, looking like a lion.
I'm looking like a young Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, there you go. A little Sly, a little Italian stallion.
Yeah, Robbie wants me to get that haircut, but it ain't happening. I'm going for the Kylo Ren, buddy. The Kylo Ren look.
There we go. Yeah, man. Honestly, I don't really know of anything else going on. Saturday, Thiago Santos, that fight should be interesting.
Yeah, let me see. I got the schedule.
Yeah, pull that card up, because when I looked at it last week, they only had the announced bout of Santos. So let me see if I can. Okay,
I got it right here.
Oh, I forgot Glover Teixeira's fighting. That'll be a good fight. He's fighting Santos.
Glover Teixeira.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's one of those. He's a veteran. Who else we got on there?
I guess they don't even have.
They don't even have it. They don't even have it announced. They don't even have the rest of the main card announced.
Yeah, it's just.
That's next weekend, isn't it?
It's
Oh no.
yeah, no, September 22nd. September 22nd.
12th. September 12th.
12th. Yeah,
So
sorry.
is there not anything going on?
I guess not, man. I mean, the Contender Series. Oh, we have a fight night. Overeem?
Oh.
No.
He's one that needs to probably look at
Retiring.
Yeah, Saka.
I want to see that Covington versus Woodley fight.
Oh, that's going to be a great fight. I didn't even know. For some reason, I thought they were fighting on a card, but that Adesanya Costa card's looking really good too, man. You got Holly Holm right underneath that. Where's Aldana? That'll be a good fight.
Oh shit! I actually closed it.
Oh, you're fine. I mean, in general speaking, to the ones that are watching this right now, I'm gonna guess most are gonna want to tune into the Adesanya card. If you're just kind of looking for a good round of fights, which is fair because I mean on that same card you've got Dominic Reyes and John Blazkowicz for the now vacated light heavyweight belt. So, two belts on the line. So that's always fun. I like
seeing the Chinese fighters because reason being I like I mean China's got a lot of money, man, and it would be really great for the UFC if they had a Chinese champion. So I like seeing the kind of matchups they put them in. They're really promoting that girl, the other one, Zhiliang Wei, or I keep forgetting her name, but yeah, man, I like seeing them in particular because they don't really have a star over there. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Wei's great, man. She's fantastic.
Let me see on the boxing schedule because I don't think anything's really.
So when's that Charlo fight? Is that the 12th?
Yeah, let me see. It's the Charlo fight.
Sorry, I'm just
not even, bro.
Oliver Williams.
I mean, we got some good fights actually. I mean, the 26th of this month, Jamal and Jermell are going to be on the same card.
26.
Yeah, the two headliners are good, and I don't know about the other
same
one.
night as the Adesanya card, man. What is up?
No way.
Yeah,
you see,
man.
but you see that's why they do it. They do that.
Oh,
it's all competition, bro. It's competition, bro. Yeah,
it's gotta be. It's gotta be. But the issue is, geez, man.
Yeah, right.
What was the one we just had where it was like that?
That was the man.
That was the Stipe card.
Stipe, yeah, yep.
Stipe. Then you also had you have Benavidez, and then you had
Stipe,
Benavidez,
McCaskill, yep.
Yeah.
On all three different broadcasts, it was
all three different ones, man.
Yeah,
that's all right, man. We'll make it work.
I'll make I mean, I'm really looking forward. Honestly, I'm looking forward more to the Adesanya card than the Showtime card. But I will. I mean, there's no way I'm missing the two headliners on that night, at least for Showtime.
For sure.
So hold on. Sorry. Yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much all that's going on. I just
a little bit of a slower week.
Tyson Fury saying he wants to fight or he wants to wrestle this dude.
How long does he have the beard?
I don't know how old that picture is. He wants to wrestle this
Castaway.
Dude. Yeah, right. Low key, he looks like Tom Hanks. Drew McIntyre apparently he wants to wrestle him in the WWE. Who I guess earlier this year he beat Brock Lesnar in WWE. So yeah, man. And other than that, I mean, Frank Warren, one of those British promoters, saying that it's probably not a good idea to put White back in there with Povetkin right away, even though White's looking to enact that rematch clause. It looks like
I did not like hearing Joshua say that about White.
That he could get a fight with him no matter what.
Yeah, man. I didn't.
Well, and the reason being is they've already fought before, and it was they fought in the amateurs actually.
They've both fought Joshua, right? Yeah. And they both lost to him.
Well, yeah. So at this point, they both lost to him.
Right.
But White has fought Joshua in the amateurs, and he actually apparently really, I think he beat him or he like stunned him real good. And so ever since then, they've been knowing each other. And so now, and then they fought professionally, and he stunned him again. Like White chinned him, and ultimately Joshua came out to knock him out with an uppercut that was just as brutal. It was probably more brutal than this one, to be honest. But yeah, so I mean, they're both UK friends. Like I mean, they're frenemies, if you will. Like they'll
competitive friends.
They can those two can probably box 4 or 5 times, 6 times, and it'll be entertaining. So I think that's why Joshua said that.
I get that. Yeah.
But I don't think that's likely. You know, I think Joshua's on a course right now he's trying to get that Tyson Fury fight.
Of course.
And Tyson Fury said just recently that if it's not Wilder, then he wants AJ in December. Or he wants to go do some WWE shit. I don't know, man.
How many rematch clauses can be part of a contract? Because didn't Wilder pull was the rematch clause not enacted the second time they fought?
Hold on, let's see.
Or is it because it was a draw? Maybe it was voided. Maybe.
Hey, Rob's got some hookah going at the crib. He's listening to. We got 2 people up in here. Hey,
nice.
Hey. Yeah, so the rematch clause is just like it's on a per fight basis, right? So the first time, I don't think there was a rematch clause.
Gotcha.
Or no, you know what? It's good. That's a good.
Well, I don't know if it was because of a draw.
Clause. Okay. Yeah, there was just because of a draw, and then Tyson Fury went over to ESPN, had 2 fights over there, 2 bums. I mean, not bums, Otto, and some other dude.
That's when he sang, man. When he was singing that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, man. I mean, not much going on in the world of combat sports, but looking forward. We got some good stuff this month for sure. The 26th.
Definitely towards the end, we got some stuff, and I'll probably catch. I'll catch that Overeem card. I'll at least catch the main event. It's still gonna be a good match.
We'll catch some of the fights. Just give you guys some content and. Just to keep the podcast fresh.
For sure.
Just keep talking about different stuff. What you been listening to, buddy? You listening to anything good? Hey, we got Antho up in the cut.
Vic Mensa, man. I was liking that new Vic Mensa record. That was pretty decent.
Young Kylo in the cut.
Not much though, man. I've been trying to watch a lot of movies and gain some perspective. What's that Ali movie you're telling me to watch?
Oh man,
King.
When we were kings.
Okay, I'll check that out.
That one's phenomenal.
When we were kings, you gotta check out Kingdom, bro.
Okay. I wrote that down. I couldn't remember who told me to.
Netflix. Netflix.
Okay.
It's good, man. I mean, it's not going to give you knowledge on the sport at all because it's very, very sensationalized, but just it's a good show. So. What about you, man? You listening to anything good?
Man, I downloaded that new
Eminem.
Yeah, that new I am
phenomenal.
I downloaded the new Jaden Smith album.
I heard it was good, man.
Man, I got Robbie and Antho in the comment section just loving all over each other. Yeah, man. So I was listening to that Jaden Smith album, and I was
shout out to Antho.
Yeah, shout out to both y'all. Hey, both y'all leave a like on the video. Help us out a little bit. And subscribe. So yeah, man. I got about 25 minutes, through the album, and I was like, this is the most basic, like surface
25 minutes.
Music.
Damn, bro, like it's like 8 tracks.
Well, bro. Okay, no, he's got 17 tracks on the thing.
No,
and I was like, dude,
like 25 minutes is like 8 tracks. That's a dedication right there, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah, I wanted to get
a fair opinion for sure.
That's how I like to do it. I like to give things a fair shot. So I got like 25 minutes through, and I was like, this is just like, you have all this money, you have all these resources. Yeah. He's just almost like he's just trying to copy everybody else. He's trying to copy. other artists and stuff. So I just wasn't feeling that album.
Yeah, he got too poppy for me, man. That's why I kind of had to give up on him. He got real. He's got some really good beats, but a lot of his stuff is poppy, and I'm just not like if that stuff would have came out in like 2014, maybe. But I don't know. It feels like it just feels like it's years old, Denzel Curry is really the only one that I'm kind of eagerly anticipating, man. That stuff with Kenny Beats earlier this year was really good. So
you got me on him a long time ago. Man. Recently, he never like. I think it was Anthony that told me. Actually, Anthony told me that he never really changes his sound because that's like his thing. I guess he just.
Well, look up that Kenny Beats tape. Because it's a completely different sound. But yeah, no, Anthony is definitely right. I think
he showed me that actually.
He's got the same exact. It's not even really the same flow. It's just the same cadence on a lot of stuff. It's the beats are pretty similar too. But no, the Kenny Beats album's good. And then he did a remix with I don't know if you like JPEG Mafia. I love
JPEG. You got me into them too.
All My Heroes Are Cornballs was my favorite album, but yeah. definitely, give him a look, man. But yeah, I think
the Before the Storm, it's called the Before the Storm Internet Money. It's got it's got like Trippie Redd, Sway Lee, Lil Tecca.
I listened to Trippie's Pegasus leak, bro. His album leaked, and I listened to it a little bit. Yeah, I can.
Was it good?
It was all right. I'm not a big Trippie Redd fan, but the production was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all for this week, right? I don't really know. I don't know if we really had anything else coming up.
No, man.
Hopefully this time next week we got a little bit more information. When we start getting closer to that Anazania card too, there'll be a lot of press. So
yeah, there'll be a little more.
We'll have some recaps and
right.
But to recommendation always to anybody checking out this channel. Alex and I have sat through a lot or tried to sit through a lot of fights. But if you guys, especially if you have ESPN Plus, I recommend checking out every single fight you can. Because you're going to see a lot of people on these cards coming up that are fresh talent, and some of them are going to be the future of the division. So we try to cover just the most notable fights or the biggest names, but definitely recommend, at least for UFC's sake, if you have Plus, try to catch as much as you can. Start at about 6. Take it to about 9, 10 o'clock. I mean, 4 hours investment, but you'll see a good. At least third of the fights will be entertaining. So the law averages will work out in your favor on that one. But yeah, I guess that concludes it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Robbie. Thanks, Anto, for checking out the podcast.
Definitely.
Everybody, just leave a like, leave a little subby sub, and we're gonna see y'all.
It's huge for us. Much appreciated. We'll catch you guys next Sunday.
See y'all next Sunday.
All right. See you then. Bye.